Alright, so if you've been playing Starfield, you'll notice that the game is not performing that great. It's very under-optimized, and even if you have the beefiest of beefy graphics cards, it's still not performing the way that you would hope and expect it to. Unless you have a 4090 or a 7900 XTX, something like that, you might be struggling a little bit with the performance of this game. However, there is a mod available that, if you have an Nvidia graphics card, will allow you to enable DLSS 3, which includes frame generation. And it's going to boost the performance of this game so much, it's going to be like a whole new game. You're going to get like 20 to 30 frames per second more than what you're getting without this. So, I'm going to walk you through how to find this mod, how to download it, how to install it. It's pretty easy to do, and it's going to make your whole Starfield experience so much better. So, let's jump into it, and I'll show you where to go and how to do it.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Nexus Mods and search for the Starfield Frame Gen replacing FSR2 with DLSS-G mod. The link is down in the description as well. If you don't want to type all that in, just click on the link in the description. It'll take you right here. Now, if you're new to modding like myself, it's really not that bad. It's really just downloading files and moving those files into other files, basically. It's pretty easy to do. It even gives you the directions on how to do this. But I will just walk you through how to do it. There are files you do need to download. You'll notice there's a Files tab, and it gives you all these options here. And so what you're going to want to do is click on the manual download button here, and you'll see this is compatible with both versions of Starfield, the Steam and Xbox version. There are some old files if you want to download an older one for Steam or Xbox individually, you can certainly do that. But this latest file will download for you the latest mod that you'll need. Now it is going to ask you to download additional files, and you do need these two files as well. Now these take you to different websites. If you click on DLSS DLL, for example, in this tab, it's going to take you to this Tech Power Up website where you do need to download a DLL file. And again, you're going to want to download the latest one. So you can see there's the latest as of August 28th, 2023, this nvngx_DLSS_3.5.0.zip. You're going to want to download that. So you'll just click download and click on any of these servers. Any of them should be fine. And then it's going to start downloading that file for you. Now, the second one, DLSS-G, you're going to need the same thing. And again, this one was also updated. This one was also updated on August 28th. So you're just going to download this one, same thing, Tech Power Up. And your download has started. Easy peasy. And then the last step, download the actual mod from Nexus Mods right here by clicking download. Takes us to the download site. Going to use the slow download, no big deal. 1.2 megabit file, wait 5 seconds, file downloads, no big deal. You can see that didn't take long at all. Then when you go to your downloads folder, you'll notice you have the FSR2 Streamline zip file available to you. And inside of this is where you're going to copy and paste all the files into your Starfield folder. If you look at my Xbox app, what you're going to want to do, you're going to find Starfield from the left and right click on it, go to Manage, and then go to Files, and click this Browse button. It's going to open up a file manager for you. And this takes you right to where all your Starfield files are. Click on Starfield, click on Content. These are where all your main Starfield files are. And what you will then do is go to your downloads where you just downloaded all those files. And let's see, we're going to start with the mod itself. And really all you need to do here is just grab all these files and copy. And then you're going to go back into your Starfield content folder and you're just going to paste all of those files right into here. And you can see I've already done it, so they're already all here. And you will notice it creates a Streamline folder. Click on the Streamline folder. And what you're going to need to do now is go back to your other two files that you downloaded, the DLSS and the DLSS-G zip files. In each one is a DLL. And you're just going to want to copy this one and paste it into the Streamline folder. And then if you go back to your DLSS-G zip file, grab that DLL and paste it in. And that's it. You've installed the mod. That's all you need to do. Now you can launch the game and you can play Starfield with FrameGen and DLSS. One other thing to note, in case you either don't have a 40 series card or you just don't want to use FrameGen and you just want to use DLSS on its own, there is a config JSON file in here you can see. And if you right click on this and you open it, if you don't auto open to Notepad, you can say open with and then go to Notepad. Open that up and you're going to notice there's an enabled frame generation equals true note here. If you want to change this to false and save this file, now by default, when you launch Starfield, it is not going to enable frame generation. You'll start with frame generation off. And this is actually the only way to turn frame generation off and on. There's no way to do it in the game itself. Maybe there will be a further update to this mod to allow you to do that. But for right now, frame generation is on by default. So if you install this mod and you start Starfield, frame generation will just automatically be on, which honestly you're going to want it on based on what we're about to see. But just wanted to point out that is an option if you want to turn it off right there. All right, so here we are using the mod. I am on the moon. I'm on our moon, Luna, for this particular demo. And you can see I'm getting 66, 65 frames per second. Really not bad at all. I am using an RTX 4060, which is kind of the lowest tier 40 series card that you can be using to test this with for DLSS 3 frame gen. You can't use any 30 series cards or anything for frame gen. You can use DLSS, but not frame gen. So anyway, 60 frames per second. And if we take a quick look at the settings, you can see I am on low settings right now. So, everything's as low as they can be. The upscaling says FSR2, but this is actually DLSS 3. If I were to turn this off, it's just going to turn off all upscaling. If I turn FSR back on, it's actually DLSS. DLSS has replaced FSR with this mod. It just still says FSR here, but know that it's DLSS. If I turn off the upscaling, we can see how much performance we're getting from this mod. See, it dips down to 28, 30, 31. So it's basically doubling our frames per second when we turn the upscaling on. So pretty huge difference. And I'm running OBS right now, which means my performance is a little worse than it could be if I was not running OBS. Or if I was recording with a capture card, or just not running OBS at all, I'd get better frames. But we're just going to go ahead. We're going to turn upscaling back on. And we're going to try medium settings now, just to see what that looks like. Obviously, you can tweak your settings to what you prefer. Still getting very good frames per second using medium settings, right around 60, which is great. It's kind of what you would expect out of this card anyway. So the fact we need a mod to get it, it's fine, but it's too bad the game didn't come with it. All right, so now we're going to jump into space and just see what that looks like. On over to our seat here, and we're going to take off into space. Here we go. Away we go. Pretty good frames during that cutscene. And here we are in outer space. Pretty good frames per second out here as well, up in the mid 60s, not bad at all. I'm in third person view if I want to go first person. Looks pretty much the same when in the mid 60s, low 60s, high 50s. Quite a pleasant experience, much better than the 30 we would get if we turned FSR off, or should I say DLSS off. And yeah, so this is what you can expect when you install this mod. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or you want me to clarify anything with the install or how it all works. Or if you just want to give a shout out, that's cool too. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.